This is going to be another What Is video. And it's going to be, what is the definition? And am I in this definition of legally blind? At some point I'm going to do what's the difference between legally blind and low vision. That will be my next what is. But for today, we're going to do what is the definition of legally blind. And I have my handy dandy iPhone 16 with the definition according to the United States. So if you are in another country, maybe there's other visual impaired blind people out there on YouTube with your country's definition. But for now, to the United States of America. In the United States of America, legally blindness is defined as having a visual acuity of 2200 or worse in the better eye with the best possible corrective lenses, or a visual field of 20 degrees or less. This legal classification is used to determine eligibility for benefits and services such as those offered by the Social Security Administration. Now, my friends, I can guarantee you, as I'm winking my bad eye and showing you my left eye, I can guarantee you my left eye is 20/50, 20/40 with the glasses on. So, my bad eye with the blurry spot, not the whole eye itself, don't get me started on explaining that, is 2200. So I must be under the peripheral. Not sure what my peripheral is in degrees, but it has gotten worse in the last 3 years. This being the third year of my eyes fading backwards to the first 19 years. I think I have less than 20 degrees. I'm probably in the mark where I'm close to having 20 degrees. Like 20 degrees is the low vision peripheral minimum. If you have low vision, that's the minimum peripheral issue. So I'm probably like right on the border. They've always said that my vision has always been right on the border. So with my good eye being 20/40, my bad eye being 2200, with the blurry spot, the rest of the eye is 20/70. It's hard to explain, because when I shift my eye, I can see different amounts of things at different parts of the right eye. That's the gist of it. They call my right eye 2200 because the worst part of my right eye, the left center of my fingers, that's 2200. Then this is 2100. And the rest of the eye surrounding that blurry area is 20/70. Because that eye used to be 20/70. But the peripheral, I'm probably like right on the 20-degree mark. But since I'm slightly under the ability to see the 20-degree mark of peripheral, that is the legal line. Alright. Key criteria in legal blindness. Let's see what this means. A person with normal vision can read on the line of the eye chart 200 feet away. A legally blind person must be standing 20 feet away to read the same line. Are you legit saying that a 20/20 acuity normal vision person can read 20/20 font, which is like 11 point 200 feet away? Or am I getting that wrong? Because you can read something 200 feet away, and I have to get 20 feet away. What? Man, my reading visions always sucked, even after the eye surgery. I had to be 20 feet in front of stuff. What? No, that's crazy. Visual field. The widest dimension of your visual field subtends an angle of 20 degrees or less. This means this is also known as tunnel vision. It limits your peripheral vision so that you can only see what's directly in front of you. Okay. No. There's no way. My state must be a little loosier-goosier with this stuff. Because I don't have tunnel vision. I can see next to me a little bit. More like next to in front of me. And I can see a little down. I can see a little up. I can see a little center. I do not have tunnel vision. So my peripheral vision isn't as bad as this legal blind chart explains. But they say I'm technically legal blind because I'm right on the precipice of being on the border between visual impaired and low vision. What? What's duration? Okay, there's durations on this list. Duration. For benefits of the Social Security Administration, the condition must be expected to last for at least 12 months. I've had degenerating and decreasing vision after my Lux Turner surgery for 36 months almost. We're in the 36-month point. So, in your face, I guess. She's not talking about anything personal with SSA, is she? Yeah, I am. Because I can't do a lot of visual tasks that most jobs require. And I'm figuring that out. Okay, what this classification means. I would love the numbers for my peripheral, and I would love to understand my bad eye is the worst eye. The best, my good eye is 20/70. So my acuity, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's probably the fact that I have this rare gene mutation called RP65, Leber's congenital amaurosis, that I don't know, man. Legal social information. Eligible for government stuff. This is just examples of support. Okay, then they say, if you are blind or have low vision, how can we help? That's basically it. Oh, dude. Man. I don't know. I think my vision may have an exception here, because the guidelines I just looked up for what legally blindness is super strict. Like, according to what I just read, technically I wouldn't be under that, but I'm visually impaired. I'm not in low vision. Here's the weird thing about my visual impairment. It is right on the border between low vision and visually impaired. And I'm just sinking right under the neutral middle line. As my vision declines back to what it was my first 19 years of life, I am going right under the line again. During my Lux Turner surgery, I was on the line. If I stayed with the vision I had Until old age, I would be considered low vision with a dormant visual impairment, a treated visual impairment. But now that treated visual impairment going back, and it's just going to settle at what I had and stabilize there, I am under the neutrality line and I am visually impaired. The tricky thing is with my case, since I got the surgery and the visual regression is relatively new, again, it's relatively unexpected that it came back. It's like, where do you put me? So this is why I'm feeling inspired and called to make these videos, because it's like, there are probably people watching this like, where am I? Some people, it's obvious. Okay, yeah, I'm blind. Or, oh yeah, the criteria you just explained about acuity and peripheral. Oh yeah, I'm blind. Or you have other factors like contrast vision, color vision, night vision, depth perception, visual distancing, accuracy, tactile texture perceptions, kind of like depth perception. And you're like, those weren't on the list. I think that's where in the United States determination of legal blindness, I think that your disorder or the diagnosis you got diagnosed with, the diagnosis they gave you factors in. Like, if you have a visual condition with a gene mutation, retina detachment, pigmentosa, one blind eye, glass eye, one blind eye, one low vision eye. I think the country, my country, so far my state, Massachusetts, factors that in. But the basic foundational requirements stand to be on the basis of acuity and peripheral. But I have reason to believe they factor in everything else. But with me, I'm on the precipice. I've always had the higher functioning level of visual impairment. So I've been right below the neutral line of low vision visual impairment. The reason I was under that line is because of my diagnosis and the factors thereof. When I got my eye surgery, I went slightly above the neutral line because the visual issues that were treated would consider me for low vision still. But as my vision declined, I went back to the neutral line where I was like in between low vision and visual impairment. But now that it's starting to settle more to the 19 years of vision I've had, I'm in the legally blind zone. But I'm still on the higher end, the higher function end of the spectrum. Now, if you hear high function and it triggers you, don't worry, it triggers me too. You're calling me high function? I don't even want to get a part-time job with a cash register. I can't waitress. I can't do food service. I can't be a barista. I can barely cook. I can barely bake. I can barely this. I'm in your boat too, Mandy. I can't get a job because I'm scared of everything, because my vision may seem good to people, but I can't do anything. Or you might have an online job and you're completely fine. Good for you. Or you do this, nerdy research, scholar this, teacher this, online this, figuring that out. I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes with potential online or easily visually navigatable jobs. Some people who are blind can just boom into a career. But I think with my case and other people's cases who may be watching this, your vision's like this, then it's like this, then it's like this. Wait, you're doing stuff with your hands. Your vision is where it low but higher function, then it's like high, low vision, you're not really visually impaired anymore, then it's neutral, then it goes back to vision, then it goes back to lower, higher function. It's like my vision bounced all over the place for the last decade. So it's like, hello. Of course I'm getting used to it. And of course I feel like, what am I going to do here? But the point of me saying that is I can define legally blindness. I can give you my example of legally blindness. I can tell you loosely and informally the country will factor in if you have a diagnosis or a visual condition, even if the foundational requirements are a little twitchy, glitchy. But I can only define legally blind right now, because where I'm at, doctors and Social Security, they're figuring it out too, because I have a weird case. But let us end on a better note here. That was my explanation. I'm sticking with it. I have some scripture. Ew, the font's weird. It's cursive-y. Can you read that? I can't read it 200 feet away, but I can read it maybe 20 feet away. Maybe less, I don't know. The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. Nahum 1:7. Nahum 1:7. Hey, at least the Nahum 1:7's in a better font. Although the tall letter font, ugh. I should do a video on that. Have I done a video on fonts? Oh, you know what? We're gonna do a video on fonts next time. Fonts that drive us visually impaired and low vision people crazy. If you liked this video and got some insight about legal blindness and maybe got some answers to what's going on with you, share it, because when you share it on social media, text, anywhere, anytime, the video gets pushed out to more people. Same thing if you like it. If you like it, it's like you're sharing it with people on YouTube you might not even know, and that it gets pushed out to more people. If you want to see more what is visual rants, things that drive visually impaired people crazy, if you subscribe to the channel, you can get the playlist, you can get all the videos coming to you, and the channel gets pushed out, so all the videos help people. And finally, if your app's not exploding with red number dots with white numbers all over your screen, if you ring the notification bell, you can get to know about the latest, greatest videos, and you can customize it so it's not bothering you every day. So that's it, vision impaired, for what is the definition of legally blindness. Alright, bye-bye.